At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Michael S. Sablan. Mr. Sablan, you have 5 minutes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Vice Chairman, Ranking Member, distinguished members of the committee. Thank you for inviting me to testify this morning regarding H.R. 560 and recent decisions in the application of federal immigration law. My name is Michael Sablan. I'm a certified public accountant and the Vice President for Finance and Administration for J Enterprises. We are among the larger businesses in the CNMI, Guam, and the Micronesia region. Our operations include car dealerships, car rentals, restaurants, wholesaling, retailing, and we are heavily engaged in real estate development. Group-wide, we have 861 employees, 280 of which work in our 15 Saipan businesses. I understand I have been invited because I can bring a business point of view to the discussion this morning, but I have also served as the CNMI Public Auditor for over 8 years, with responsibility for the effectiveness, efficiency, and integrity of the CNMI various agencies, so I bring that perspective to bear as well. Many of us in the islands often view the federal government as a distant force, unfamiliar at times with the unique challenges that make up our community, and in many respects, the immigration decisions under review this morning confirm that view. I am sure that there are many in the federal government for whom the Pacific Insular areas do seem a world away and inconsequential. With 15 time zones and 30 travel hours between our islands and Washington, D.C., we are a world away. But today we can feel less inconsequential, less misunderstood, when our own congressman shares responsibility for federal policies in the islands and can offer legislation affecting the impact these policies might have on the CNMI. We commend Congressman Sablan for calling today's hearing and for his hard work over the years addressing the unanticipated consequences of Public Law 110-229, which extended federal immigration to the Northern Marianas in 2009. In the last Congress, thanks to his collaborative efforts in the U.S. House and Senate and strong support from Governor Ralph de Leon Guerrero Torres, the CNMI legislature, and the CNMI business community, 2 laws were passed in the U.S. Congress that refined and extended the CNMI transitional worker program for another 10 years. We in the CNMI business community are grateful for everyone's efforts, and as we recognize it is not easy to pass immigration legislation, even in the best of times. Thank you, Congressman Sablan. Thank you, members of the committee. Thank you, Governor Torres. The business community appreciates your efforts. As reported by the GAO, U.S. workers represented 25% of the CNMI's total labor force in 2006. 10 years later, this ratio of U.S. worker to foreign worker doubled from 25% to about 50%. However, despite our continuing best efforts toward transitioning to a U.S. labor workforce, our businesses remain dependent on foreign workers to fill in the gaps where there are no U.S. workers available. Our experience at J indicates slightly better results. 10 years ago, 70% of our workers were foreign. Today, 70% of our workers are U.S. But as we have found, the remaining 30% foreign workers gets difficult, tougher and tougher each year to replace with U.S. workers because many of them have unique skills. Many of them have been embedded in our businesses for decades of employment that they are most difficult to find U.S. workers to replace. Many of them are long-term workers that Mr. Sablan's H.R. 560 would provide improved immigration status. This would in turn provide stability and certainty for businesses across our community and our economy in general, as it would also provide stability and certainty to hundreds of contract workers who have been with us for years who never know from year to year if they can continue to live and work in the CNMI or have to leave. J and the CNMI business community urge you to pass H.R. 560 and provide CNMI-only permanent status to these workers and other categories of individuals covered by the bill. They have dedicated many years of service to our community to our businesses and are respected among us. Our businesses need them, our government needs them, and it is the right thing to do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity to testify. Happy to answer any questions that you might have. Good morning.
Wow, just perfectly timed, Mr. Sablan. Thank you.